Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about the culture of women in architecture. Gender identities and gender relations are critical aspects of culture because they shape the way daily life is lived, not only in family, but also in wider communities in the workplace. Gender is like race or ethnicity. It functions as an organizing principle for society because of the cultural meanings given to being male or female. This is evident in the division of labor according to gender. In most societies, there are clear patterns of women's work and men's work. The role of gender within a professional framework in the built environment and the building industry has long been debated. In particular, the role of women in architecture, design, and planning was markedly questioned. In the culture of architecture, the significance of women in the field has been underestimated for many centuries. Inequality is still a serious issue in architecture today. The most recent statistics in the US shows that about half of their students graduating from an architecture programs or architecture schools are females. However, only 18% of the licensed architects practicing the profession are women. In addition, women constitute a very small percentage of the architects holding senior positions in the industry. Women have a crucial role not only in the academic world in architecture, but also in the professional world. However, it is obvious that there is a significant gap between women's access to education and subsequent professional achievement. Matthew Arnold defines culture as the love of perfection. In Arnold's understanding of culture, he insists that culture instills in people the need to live in a happier and better place. Therefore, proper culture can only be manifested through the beneficent moral and social character that benefits every individual, including women. Culture is therefore critical in removing human errors, such as the gender inequity that has been observed over years in the architecture culture. A study also showed that non-white architects make up only less than 2% of registered architects. Despite the increasingly diverse population of the country, homogeneity has not been attained in architecture. So, the issue facing the culture of architecture professionals is not only about the lack of women in the field, but the lack of diversity in general. One of the most important reasons that cause women to leave architecture is the lack of flexibility and the lack of work-life balance within the profession. It is widely believed that architecture is a difficult profession not only for women. Architecture has a stressful and demanding work culture. Many architects believe that there is a complication when it comes to managing families, and that is due to the long working hours and the stressful working environment, as well as the inflexible and unfamily-friendly working hours. The Royal Institute of British Architects examined the factors that contribute to women leaving architecture, and it came out that 7 out of 15 factors were related somehow to gender discrimination.
I think that women are still marginalized. But it's much better. But it's still quite difficult.
A survey conducted last year by the American Institute of Architects revealed that more than 75% of the female respondents had one occasion or more where they have experienced some forms of sexual discrimination. And about half of the female interviewees believe that they are underrepresented in their profession. Also, 50% of the females were certain that they were highly likely to be passed over for promotion opportunities because of their gender, and are less likely to receive equal pay above their male counterparts. Leslie Weisman, an architecture educator and activist, says, "How can an architectural education that continues to define professional expertise in relation to the history of white, heterosexual, Euro-American male consciousness prepare students to function as effective professionals in pluralistic communities? How will students be sensitized to difference when they're encouraged to suppress their own gender, race, and class identities in the process of becoming professional?"
Several studies show how companies with more women on their boards and senior executive teams achieve better results. This is leading the principal companies to encourage women's advancement and entice them to put their talent at the company's service. At the same time, the current technological and social changes entail a larger distribution of power. A cooperative and independent work is required, facing a dominating and hierarchic leadership. The concept of soft power, coined to define political leadership based on persuasion and not on coercion, is now making headway in the business world. Highly valued leaders tend to be the most empathetic, adaptable, and motivating ones, some characteristics traditionally related to women. Without renouncing the determination when needed, encouraging the participation and the collaboration will undoubtedly improve the results.